Watch any group of children who are excited to see something, and you'll notice that they go directly towards that thing. They don't zigzag, they don't sit around, they run towards it. In fact, that's what we all do. We move quickly in a straight line towards what we're excited about, what we want. But if we turn out the light and put obstacles in our way, then how hard is it to get to where you're trying to go? So in the same way, there are things in the way of you achieving the business success that you seek and are excited about. Those are some of the things I'm going to tell you about right now. Most business owners start their business by being inspired. It usually begins with a possibility, whether that means a way to leave their job that they're unsatisfied at, or become their own boss, the ability to set their own schedule, or the possibility of wealth even is enough to drive someone to start their own company. What happens next depends on many factors, but generally within the first year, things begin to crystallize. And this is when it becomes clear which type of business owner you really are and whether your standard way of doing things in your life also translates for building a company. So now what? Successful businesses have been around for thousands of years. So it seems that if you want success, all you need to do is follow the model of success, except for one thing. You can't do everything perfectly all the time that's required for success. If you're like most small business owners, between all of these successes, you're also struggling and suffering. You're not living the dream. You're not storing away giant savings. You can't take the month-long vacation you dreamed of. Why? It's likely you don't actually know. You're kind of in the dark about where to look for the answer. You aren't making a beeline towards the realization of your dream because there's obstacles. But the obstacles are not like a wall that you can see. They're like the colored glasses you wear always, so much so that you don't even know that you're wearing them. Then there are the distractions, the new business idea, new product, new website, the office remodel, the conferences, conventions, webinars, life, even the potentially big deal can be a distraction. And with each passing week, the dream gets further away. If you were to make a list of all the ways you want your company to operate, you'd quickly see that many of them aren't happening the way that you would want. Customers aren't being handled in a way that maximizes referrals. Your hours are shortened because you just don't want to work that hard, but you really should be open 7 days. Your branding and marketing is ineffective. The list goes on and on. I call this situation the owner's habits are getting all over the business. For most of us, from the time we're born to the time we die, our homes and our happiness depend on the resources of the nearest city. And we barely even recognize that we have to pay for this convenience, except for the word taxes, which of course seems to be death's running mate for the world's biggest fears. We have to pay for our lifestyle as well as for the essential taxes, utilities, government services that are all available near the cities. And you pay whether you use them or not, because you use the air, the roads, the airwaves, the clean water. Most of us don't have enough available cash to pay all of our monthly expenses without needing to work. So we either pay by spending our time serving a company we don't own at a job, or we go it alone in self-employment, the roots of capitalism, and of course the foundation for a community. Farmers, grocers, artists, engineers, woodworkers, even someone who's jobless and has no revenue coming in is their own little business. It's just not being run very well, and it's using city resources to supplement. Whichever you choose, you have to pay the city their fair share, which we do by selling products and services and generating profit. The dreamy idea of becoming a business owner is very different than reality, isn't it? Do you get to lounge by a pool in Maui, coming up with new ways to better humanity? Or are you at work wearing several hats at once just to keep the ticking time bombs at bay and putting out fires? I know for me, it's a lot of putting out fires, and I just recognize that as just part of the job, you know? But we do put in more hours, right? Most of the time, we're either thinking about business or we're operating our business. And there's not really much time for relaxation when there's a company to build. You get some, but you also really have to get to work, right? This is how we pay to play.